let's see how this goes. We shall see, I guess. Get some stuff out of the way. Ouch. Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going, people? How's everybody doing? Okay, so this is a build log for this guy right here. But before we get started on that, we're gonna be working on the epoxy for that. But before we get started on that, I just want to clean up this a little bit. It came right off the machine, and none of the edges are broken, so it's very easy to cut yourself on this right now. So I'm just gonna be kind of going over it. Shouldn't take. I was gonna say it shouldn't take too much work, but it's gonna take a lot of work because there's a lot of edges on this. But we'll just see how this. If it starts taking too long, then I'll just skip it. But I'm meaning to do this, and now it's as good of a time as any, I guess. I got some work done on the Raven. That's good. It'll look cool when it's done. This is the aluminum rail I had custom made for Pocket Javelin. It's 20 inches. You literally have everything but the PT and spring. Plunger tube and spring. I mean, I have everything. I've had everything for a while. It's just a matter of me gaining access to the machinery to actually make it. How do I lose a huge spring and a huge neon? Oh, you're saying you have everything. Okay. I didn't know you were talking about a build that you're making. Working on preparing Rapid Strike. Oh, the crossbow, okay. Rapid Strike for select fire. That's cool. Why are we filing this beautiful rail? Break the edges. The edges haven't been broken, which means it's it's currently the sharpest blade in my collection. You gotta break the edges on stuff that you machine, otherwise you're going to slice your finger open. Let's do a little bit here. This is going to take a while, so I'll just do a little bit here and then we'll switch over. So it's been a while since we streamed. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. Trying to get through school. It's not great, but it's a little bit better. What I might do later is actually take some sandpaper to it. Later, by later I mean now. That's a little better. I'll have to work on that. I think it's actually slightly over 20 inches. Let's see. Yeah, it's about between 20 inches and an eighth and 20 inches and a quarter. Just a hair over. But better over than under, I guess. So we'll put that away for now. We'll put that away for now. It's not terribly important. much more to do on that project before we get anywhere close to the rail, so. Did you ever show off my Raptor Strike modulus? Did I ever show off my Raptor Strike modulus? I don't think so. I was hoping someone interesting would stream, but I'll watch you instead. It's funny. Gary, you sound really awesome. Yeah, so are you and your fiance legitimately married yet? I've gone into that before, not going to get too much into it, but we agreed that we were trying to pay for the ring, so I mean, I already have it paid off, but I want to finish school and stuff before any of that. Okay, I will throw it up on Discord. God, I'm so happy right now. Hello. Hey, Danny, what's up? So we have this guy, Focus. Still working on it, obviously. But that's eventually going to be the magazine well. Obviously, I can't get the tool in there to all of the seams. But basically, when I open this up, right here, I will go back in with hand files and profile this correctly. But all things in good time. That's been bored out. These two are threaded and tapped. This one is not threaded. Then you have the plunger tube. And that's in there really tight, but not so tight that I can't pull it back out. Perfect fit. I could not ask for a better fit on this, and it's actually airtight. I don't know if you could hear that pop. Get that out of the way. Yes, that's a Caliburn magazine well. It's going to be my version, my take on the Caliburn. It's called Pocket Javelin. No, it's been worked on that much. This one actually just didn't come out too well, this side, because I'm pretty sure there is like a wax coating on it. I need to redo it. But it has been scraped up a little bit, but this one came out bad, but these ones have just been worked on a lot. I'll have to check that out later. Won't be able to check it out right now. So, got a little bit of putty work to do on this. I'm wondering... What the heck is that? I'm wondering if I should putty this top piece in here, or if I should make another aluminum plate. Or even a plastic plate. Let me know what you guys think I should do for this. I'm not entirely sure. How do you feel on selling glass construct? Like you think that would be like, oh my gosh, how could you sell that or whatever? But my main thing right now is like I got it, I used it for a game, and I was like, that's kind of cool, and that was pretty much it. Full auto really isn't my thing. It's just not something I'm comfortable with. It's not something I like. As a matter of fact, I dislike it. So it was a nice blaster, but it wasn't really going to get used. And when you sell a blaster for that much, it kind of transcends all feelings that you have towards it. So I wasn't super attached to begin with. I wasn't about to cry over it. So it's not that much of a loss. See the kind of as making this caliber but shorter longitude will put. I think I have. Do you know what is satisfying? What is it? Hey Jalen, what's up? Aluminum plate more valuable? Well, not necessarily, but I guess. Do you think it would fit the theme? I guess everything's grayscale, so it's not that big of a deal. Well, mostly grayscale. Are you only putting the epoxy on today? Probably. I'd say polycarbonate, since there'll be no LEDs and the aluminum would feel strange. Polycarbonate's my vote. Well, if it's polycarbonate, it's going to get painted because I'm not going to leave it clear. Which would basically just be plastic over the top. Different strokes, different folks on the full auto opinion. I can neither confirm nor deny that it is based on anything related to that company. And I will not acknowledge who I'm talking to. Someone else can explain that to you, but I will not explain it on stream. I sound like I'm joking, but I'm not actually joking. No, this one isn't a commission. This is just the one I want to auction off at NWAR. Whoops. Hold on, my boom mic is kind of failing here. How have you decided on the paint job? I have. If someone else wants to get in touch with him and show him what it is, I don't really have time to do that right now. I can't actually say it on stream. It is based off of something that may or may not be a company full of douchebags that will take legitimate action against stuff like that. So I am neither confirming nor denying the fact that this is based off of anything. If you use plastic for one of those, might be neat, but only as cork. What is this? Why is this in there? I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Probably be another 4-figure blaster. Which one? This one? I doubt anyone at NWAR would have that much money. Although I am going to be putting it up for auction on online as well. I haven't figured out how to do that because obviously I can't put it up for auction on eBay. Because if there's real people interacting with it, then, you know, obviously I can't do that. Like, have an auction in 2 different places. So I might just have a, like a, I'm not 100% positive on what I'm doing yet, but I know I want to open up the auction, like during NWAR, or the, what's it called? The FoamCon, open it up for everyone, because I think that's one thing that people were complaining about last year when I did some auctions, is they were kind of like, I wish I could have bid on it, but I wasn't there. So man, I am running low on epoxy sculpt. This was a 4-pound kit too. I'm gonna have to get another one. I never thought I'd run out of this. Is it the brother to Ethereal Fortress? I mean, it's the same type of blaster. Put a little more love into Ethereal Fortress, though, I'll be honest. I'd say it's more like a cousin. The all-important checking to make sure that you have the same amount. The easiest way to do this is to try to get it into as much of a ball shape as you can. It's a little bit easier to compare. It's close enough. Can we see the Holy Grail? What Holy Grail? That cousin on the other side of the family we don't talk about. It's a perfect description. Creepy alcoholic uncle. The one you don't know about? What? I'm sorry, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. If I'm supposed to understand. Nah, the sister. It's related somehow, we're not sure. Because we literally don't talk about it. This is the boss we don't talk about. Ethereal Fortress is the Holy Grail. Oh. Well, not with the epoxy putty in my hand, but if you guys still want to see it later, we can. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but if you guys want to see it. It's been going for 2 years now. Still going strong. Used it in every single war I've been to so far. Almost done mixing this. I think we're pretty much done mixing this actually, but I just usually like to mix it a little bit longer. The timing on this one isn't that bad. So if you do mix epoxy sculpt, if you do in large batches like this, it does have more leeway on the time, but keep the epoxy flat like this, because this works off of heat, and so when it starts curing, you'll feel that it's getting warmer. If it's in a big clump, like a ball, it's going to cure the middle faster than you intend. So just put that there. And again, not super critical on the timing here, but I don't want to move slowly. Haste. Move with haste. Or not rushing. Should probably separate these. I assume you mean Bondo, not Bondi. Is this screwed together? There we go. Maybe I just never separated it after the epoxy, or the methyl methacrylate. Bondo is a little bit brittle. It's not the best. It's not really what it's meant for. Some people swear by it, but I've had thousands of hours of experience with Bondo, and I don't prefer it. Need to get rid of this line right here too. And most of this will be flattened and virtually unnoticeable, but that's okay. Just got to fill in right here. I have mixed far too much by a significant margin. And it doesn't need to look pretty. The prettier it is, the less work it will be later. But it doesn't need to look super beautiful right now. Just needs to be on. And I apologize for ignoring the chat for a second, but I can feel that this putty doesn't have as much life as it used to. It's probably an age thing. I feel it wants to give up on me. You can always sand it back. It's a pain in the butt to add more. Okay, let's move on. mixed an extraordinarily amount too much. That's okay. Again, I need to get more anyway, so I'll get more for the new commission I have. Thinking about getting the black. Figured might as well. But then again, you know, like, I do work with a lot of white blasters, so maybe just stick with the neutral. I mean, I'm painting it anyway, so it doesn't matter, but... Oh no, wait, never mind. Black would make more sense, because with white blasters I have to put down a black base coat anyway. So maybe I will get the black. I think that's it for the main parts that I wanted to get. The rest of this that I'm putting on here is actually probably 99.9% going to come off. But it doesn't hurt to put it on. It'll just take a little bit more time to sand back down. And it will let my sanding be a little bit more even on the way in, so. Definitely not going to stick like that, though. And, yeah, I'll leave the rest of that. Put that over there. Somewhere. Like that. I'll answer you guys in just 1 second. Yeah, definitely wants to give up on me here. Okay. Oh, we need some in the front here. That's not a good idea. I just realized I need a flared magwell on this. So I'm actually not going to do that. I'll fill in this. Yeah, I actually forgot that I need a flared magwell in this. So we will leave that. And we still need the motor cover, for God's sake. Okay, how do I... Whoops, sorry. Just banging everything. Trying to figure out how to set this up properly. Double check everything one more time. Okay. I think we're good with that. Okay. Sorry. Hot glue and duct tape are Hawkeye a most used item. Who needs mags? RZ, hand load of days, Hawkeye only hand loads strife. Hawkeye, how did you plug your mic into your GoPro? Gave up on that. I was they have like a big chunky adapter that's really stupid, and apparently it's proprietary. You have to use that. Really stupid. So I recorded on my phone and then edited it later. It wasn't very reliable, so I just started using the audio on my GoPro for that last one, and I'm putting it through filters and stuff to drown out some of the terrible audio. For you think gonna have I think I'm gonna have to sell my nice drive. Okay. I just use for my next integration. I'm just going to hot glue duct tape. I was meant to say Hawks. Okay, then do you use do you use Premiere to edit? Adobe Premiere Effects. So like the cheap version. I have 11, I think. So relatively old, but it works. Not old, but relatively not new. So, but it works. So, Hawkeye, we were telling Danny how traditionally sound hot glue is and how you love it so much. Okay. So we've wasted a little bit of putty here, but that's all right. So that's really what I wanted to do on that. We might have to go for a round 2. This putty's kind of old. It should have lasted longer than this, but I can kind of feel that it's getting stiffer faster, and that's probably because of its age. So I'm probably just going to ditch. As the container gets more and more empty, more and more oxygen is able to stay in there, and it makes this stuff get older faster. So as you get down in the epoxy, you want to use it more. Then again, you guys probably won't have that problem because I always recommend the 1 pound kit. This is a 4 pound kit, so but that's just because I tend to go through quite a lot of epoxy putty. Hold on one sec. The other half, give me 1 second. I actually take a lot of pride in my work, Gavin, and I'd appreciate you. I know you're just joking, but I'd appreciate you not you're kind of stepping on my stuff here. So I'd appreciate if you didn't spread rumors like that. Wait, did you finish already? Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to add on that because we did the methyl methacrylate so well. There wasn't actually a whole lot to fill in there. It was mainly like underneath the rev trigger, that big gap right there, and then like where the stock attachment point meets the hyperfire, and that was pretty much it. I didn't actually need to put on any of the rest of it. There's not a whole lot. Oh, and then underneath the magazine release. Wait, what happened about rumors now? Gavin's just saying like that I use hot glue and that I use vinyl dye and like all this other stuff. It's not a big deal, but I do take quite a bit of pride in my work, and that I see all that stuff as inferior stuff, and I just don't want rumors to spread around, and I don't feel like correcting every single one of it, so let's not do that. Does this mean it's ending soon? I can't end now. It's only been 34 minutes. I need to do something. I'm sure we'll figure out something. Is there anything else that I can... How would you guys feel about... No, I'm not going to bring that up. I need to figure out the dyeing ratios. I did one for the light purple at one point, but I accidentally threw that away, and now I need to make another one. But I need to figure out the 2 different kind of purples. Let me see if... Oh. No, my samples are downstairs. I don't feel like getting those. I think the purple that I use is just a tidbit too dark for the normal purple. I'm going to have to double check. But I know that I can make the lighter purple because I've done it before. I just need to figure out how I did it again. How's the Alpha Snooper? Good. I'm avoiding painting that one until I can get... What's the other one called? Emulation Theory painted, because I did that one first and I want to finish that one first so I can put the sticker on it. And categorical, categorically, that's not a word, but categorically it makes more sense. Singled HPA and then semi or pump action HPA kind of makes sense. It would be kind of stupid if I were to start this one, then start this one, finish this one, and then finish this one. So I want to start this one, finish this one, finish this one. But the paint job is a little bit complicated on emulation theory, so I'm trying to avoid painting right now. I use hot glue to secure down wires because that's all temporary stuff. You should never permanently integrate electronics of any kind into a blaster. May we see the Holy Grail. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Oh, hey, Quint, what's up? Also, I have to talk to you about buying Raven parts for an OG green Raven. Okay, we can talk about that later. All joking aside, Gavin, it was a good quote. Okay, hold on, I'll be right back. I don't know why you guys still ask about it. You guys have seen it a million times. Phone's kind of ruining the illusion here, huh? Move that up a little bit more. There we go. So now I can, just says can't go to anywhere. That sucks. We'll miss you, Trico. Hey, Hawk. Hey, what's up? He brought the Holy Grail. Could we see casted parts for Alpha Snooper in the future? If so, I have money to order. I'm assuming neon green set for. Also, it's hard to say. I probably wouldn't be doing the trigger. Because people would see that as a functional part, and I'm not comfortable with putting that kind of strain on that thin of a casting. So I mean, I could test it out. I'm sure it would be fine, but just in the position I am in the community right now, I'm just kind of don't have the willpower to do that. If anything, it would be like the other orange parts, because the trigger, I can get another trigger from like Artifact or something, like the metal one, but I'm not sure. That would have to be in the future. I'm not going to say anything on that. What you're working on? We were working on this, but it went by rather fast because I only needed to put the epoxy sculpt on, and this whole thing right here wasn't even 100% necessary. I just needed to do here on both sides, and so there was not a whole lot to do. I could start cutting, not this side, obviously the other side, but I could start cutting out the motor cover, but I kind of don't like working while this is still not completely dry, hardened, whatever. So I think I'm just going to take my time and do it the right way. Gotta put that back. So now I'm trying to think of something else that I can do. Going to NWAR, and I'm going to be FilmCon this year. I only went to the actual game last year. It'd be good seeing you there, RZ. Next year because we will drive. All of them, should I use modified Nemesis, Hurricane, or Swarm Volta Barrel attachment as my primary? For NWAR? I saw a lot of people using Nemesis, but you got to be careful because the zombies will actually target you out because you have a Nemesis, and it makes you slow. And spraying ammo is not the only. It's really good in zombies, but it's not the only thing in zombies. You know what I mean? I think mobility might be slightly more important, especially considering the fact that people narrow you out just because you have a Nemesis. So you might consider something else. A Hurricane, I don't think you'll reload fast enough to use a Hurricane. It just dumps through ammo too fast. It's personal preference, though. Isn't Artifact going out of business? I don't know. Maybe order another one from the account. I also have to ask Hawk. This is bad. Is it bad that I use all epoxy sculpts for integrations? Yes, it is. It will crack. It will get destroyed. You should be using methyl acrylate for strength. Only thing epoxy sculpt is good for is shape. Hawkeye, you are neat. Thank you. Why they price spike? Why their prices spiked? I have no idea, Gavin. Table hype. I'm super used to playstyle of Stormbolter is very common with other two. Then I'd stick with that. I think maybe that sometimes that's all you really need. Even if a blaster is technically better, if you're already used to the playstyle of one, then it might be beneficial to stick with that. I think maybe I'm getting harder to make artifact. I think maybe it's getting harder to make the artifact pieces. I think that workers just trying to get a monopoly because they're kind of screwing over everyone that's making stuff. They've screwed jet blasters over several times, which is kind of trashy in my opinion, but that's not going to stop anyone from buying it, so. Well, we go slow, but mainly because we avoid conflict. Like no one will say it, but if shit starts going down, I'm taking off. What's the status on the Alpha Snooper? Alpha is spelled with an F in that one. It's in working order. I just need to paint it up. I need to sand it and stuff like that. But I don't want to start working on that until I get the HPA Sledge Fire up. And I'm having someone work on decals right now, so hopefully that will be sooner than later, but I'll still need to order the decals, so. Huge fan. Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe I can take apart the Sledge Fire and sand that, because I need to start working on that. Oh, I can't tell if he was talking to Ryan or me. Either way, I know he appreciates it. How's my resin parts doing? I have no idea. I would have to look at the schedule. That's why I don't buy worker products, but spot for the 22. Then you're still buying. I mean, Jet is kind of shitty, so at least they're trying though. They've been given feedback like, hey, you should probably talk to your people about what's going on and if there are any delays, because that will be better. And they actually started doing that. Meanwhile, not to mention, it takes a lot of courage to kind of put yourself in the community like that. We still have no idea who runs Worker, what it's doing. There's no communication there at all. So it's more of a corporate thing, and I kind of appreciate Jet more, even though Jet's not very good in its own right. But I still think they're better than Worker. How's that Stinger going? I'm assuming you're talking to someone else. I would want to know about Stinger. I think Gavin died. Oh. Okay. Do you guys want to see me sand the Sludge Fire? Or do you just want to go back to your Sunday? Welcome talked about giving you the Rager Dust as his recent Arsenal video. Would you accept that? Not give it, but have me work on it, fix it up, and then send it back to him. It's something we've talked about in the past. He's just too lazy. Calling you a boy. Probably a pile of other bosses. Remember, I guess sand. If I do, I'll probably restart the stream and make this a separate video. The only thing I have from workers cage that's bad experience. FP Endurance Typhoon is pricey. I mean, I understand why, but I can't afford it. Hawkeye, have you had extra Alpha Trooper pump grip? Hawkeye, you have a extra Alpha Trooper pump grip you would be willing to let go? I do not. Sorry, Neil. Welcome to Hawkeye's channel, where all we do is standing. And that was the day Walcom and Hawkeye organized a boxing fight. Okay. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to end this stream and we'll come up with another stream just because I want to separate the two videos. But we will take a 5-minute break. I will try to be back on it. Right now it's 4:45 for me Central Time. I'll try to get back on at 4:50. So that will be a thing, and hopefully we can work on that a little bit. So thank you guys very much for watching the stream. Hope to see you all in 5 minutes. And if not, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it anyway. Why not just start a whole new project? Because I already have too many projects. I'll have like 2 half projects left, and then 2 whole projects. 3 whole projects. Okay, see you guys, and end stream.